Hello, beautiful people of the internet. So, before I forget, song of the day is Pick Up the Phone by Falling in Reverse because I always forget it, then I have to put it in the description. So, welcome back, everybody. So, we've had a little bit of a mentality shift, and I don't know, okay, so here's the thing. About I got into like health and fitness when I was really young. Like I'm talking like maybe 13, and that leads into what self improvement. This idea of self improvement, and I got into watching, you know, listening to podcasts about things like building muscle and working out, and then that would extend into things like you know I like the idea of, you know, that I could change things, this whole neuroplasticity argument. Anyway, I like prescribed that very, very deeply, and I got into all this stuff. I'm sure you know. Wait, does this look better? I don't think so. Yeah, anyway, I prescribed all that, but I'm finding myself it's not working anymore for me. It doesn't have the same fascination, this idea of constant self-betterment, because I achieved what needed to be achieved. I got the physique. I used to be absolutely fucking smackle jacked. I achieved the really lean face. I got the girls. Like I got the results that I needed to. But I think all the stuff that I was doing in this, self-improvement, all the stuff, the habits I was practicing was to eliminate this really negative feeling that I had, like this lack of self-love, or maybe that's not the best way to express it, but it was to eliminate whatever emotion, anxiety, or it was to eliminate the not feeling good. I used self-betterment as a tool, because I thought it was the answer. So I did all the stuff. I've done all of it, and I don't know, where it used to be, the whole culture was really cool. I got into this stuff when I was like about 14 years old, maybe a little younger, very very young. I was a very mature 14-year-old. And this was before looks maxing, if you can believe that. It was better. It was like, oh, it was about gym and, like, I don't know. It was way more. It was way less vain, is what it was. It was like you kind of did this shit for yourself, and those are the habits that I will never. I'm very like grateful for like that point in time, because I learned a lot. I learned everything about nutrition that I needed to know. There's always new stuff coming out. You know how diet and nutrition is, but like I learned a lot about nutrition. I learned I learned lots about, socializing, getting girls, stuff like that, which is stuff like I, I'm very grateful that I learned all that stuff. But it's just gone too far with the whole like looks maxing is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, and I don't know. The objective for me is always to be happy. It's always been to do things that make me happy, day to day, hour by hour. And I don't know, I think you can really lose yourself in this idea of self-betterment. And it's not the solution, because it doesn't, none of this stuff is the solution, you know? For me, and I can tell you for a lot of people, the problems are deeper. And I think it almost, this idea of self-betterment, it almost makes it worse, the situation worse, because it's just very, the solutions are universal, and it causes you to be led away from who you truly are, because people like the idea of neuroplasticity. That's a very good idea a very popular idea to subscribe to. But here's the thing, you bounce so fast. Like for me, like it's a constant fight is what it is. It's a constant, never-ending fight where, you know, you believe that you can achieve something mentally, and this is not about physical well-being. Like your physical body is very easy to change. You know, if you eat right and exercise, you will get a good physique. If you don't eat sugar, you won't have acne on your face. Like, that is obvious. But the whole thing for me has always been the mental. I wanted to improve, you know, my mental health. Like, I wanted to feel good. And I don't know. I tried to improve my mental state with these practices. You know, I've read a lot of those books. And I've done a lot of the habits. There's meditation, and like there's, I don't know, not looking at your phone, screen time, making your phone black and white. I don't know. And to say it doesn't work is incorrect. But for me mentally, I always just bounce. I always bounce. It doesn't even matter. I can go so long with not, you know, consuming short form content. Like I'm good with that shit. Like I can go so long without it. You know, I can defeat this addiction or whatever. But, and I can, you know, I can extract people from my life that don't benefit me. And I can meditate. And it feels like an uphill battle that it never gets solved. It's just, it's weird. It's so weird, but I always just bounce. I always bounce back to the same person I've always been, and that slightly uncomfortable feeling of just, you know, not feeling so right in like your own skin, I guess. And it's not an identity thing. It's just, you know, I kind of have this melancholic personality where, you know, all the traits of someone who is melancholy, you know, it's not that like I don't smile and that I'm not happy, or I can't even, it's not that I can't be happy at all. I can totally be happy. It's more the way my brain is functioning is melancholic, and I've never been able to change that with like self-improvement. Spirituality or whatever. I've never been able to. It's always been the same case of I can do habits and think they're working and bounce. It takes nothing. It takes absolutely nothing for me to become me again, you know? And it feels like you're playing a character, and it's very inauthentic. This whole, all these ideas of being able to change, because like people don't actually change. They never change. They are just the same as they always will be. I'm really starting to believe that, because people can people can force different, a difference in their behavior. If I met, someone, I could be reciprocally very nice to them and stuff like that, and these are things that are good for society and stuff. But I can be whatever, or if I decide that I want to build a new habit, I can maintain. No, habitual things are different. It's like trying to be more positive, or being in a relationship and trying to communicate. You will communicate for a month or 2 weeks, but you always bounce, you always come back, and it feels like I'm just always the same motherfucker. Deep down, I'm just trying to escape myself and these negative thoughts, or this melancholic kind of personality that I have. And people do it through different things. Some people take drugs, some people become workaholics, some people become alcoholics, some people date a bunch of women, or some people self-obsess through self-improvement. And I that was me. I've done all of these things, but that is what I became. I became a person who was just running away from from who I am. And there's a problem with running away from who you are, and that is you betray an inauthentic version of yourself to the world at large. People, your family, not, most people can't escape their family. Some people can. But anyway, you portray this thing that you are not to the world. And the world gives you back what you put out. It can sometimes be in weird, screwed up, messed up ways, but it's true. It's like the character, it's not the character, but these ideas of progressive habits, it doesn't appeal to me anymore. And I don't say that when it comes to things that are tangible and physical. You can make money, and you can build a physique and have nice skin or hair or whatever. These are things that can be done. But mentally, I don't know, dog. It's too complicated. It's just too complicated. There's so many things that affect the way you think and what you do, and like it's just too complicated. It's too difficult to make sense of something that's so, that it's, I don't even understand my own mind. Like, I actually don't. And I don't think anybody like truly does, because I'll find myself doing and behaving in very unexpected ways. I don't know. I think that it's hard. I think it's hard for people to break through, you know? To break through their I think it's hard for people to break through their egos and their sense of self. It's like I think it's difficult, you know? And I think people don't change, and you are you are so individually you and unique. Okay, this is it. This is really it here. Is universal, like this universal solution idea is stupid, because when people offer and this is, I'm talking about mental health and all that stuff. When people offer universal solutions, it's not individual enough. You have to figure out what works for you. And what I was doing was I was burying what was going to work for me in universal solutions. But you just have to figure that shit out, because it is actually a cope. I'm starting to realize that you cannot it's not bad to be not happy unless you make it so. It's not bad to be anything at all. You know, obviously there's extents and parameters, but you don't need to be a thing. And I think that's how everyone, including myself, was made to feel, was you have to be something, and that it can extend to every little pocket of your life. It can be relationally, you know, oh, you should have someone in some sort of capacity by this time. You should be making this sort of money by this time. And your life, the only thing that you can experience that no one else can, your life is short, and it can be taken away from you from things that are just stupid, you know, things that are just, that get you nowhere, because you always bounce, like, always. I can't think of a time where, and I'm talking mentally, when I was something and then I decided, you know, rationally, that I was like, okay, I want to become less depressed. I would read a book on depression, listen to studies, podcasts, lectures. But the only answer to that question has been inside, because what you feel, no one else feels, and these universal, these solutions that people throw at you, go outside or make a friend or go get a girlfriend, they're band-aids on a wound, or a system of thinking about, is the right way to think about it, that's so complicated that you don't even understand it yourself. Like, for me, here's my thing right here. I have this insane predisposition, I'm not sure what the right terminology is for that, for an anxious attachment to another person. And this is something that, like, I can guarantee you that I know for certain. The way I become attached to people is through not logic and or anything else. It's through anxiety. And it's through this very odd sense of abandonment, where if I feel like I'm going to be abandoned by a person romantically, my brain, it's complicated and it's crazy, and I just freak out, and I just cannot deal with that situation. And the only thing, like, this is to a very difficult and deep degree, where it causes me to be attached to, like, the worst kind of people, because what we want is usually not what we need. I will have zero interest in someone who's chasing me around. It's not that. When I am made to feel abandoned, I will do anything for that person. And that isn't good, you know. But I think we each have our own things, our own set of problems. It could be like me with relationships. It could be whatever. We each have our own set of issues. Issues is a stupid word because we're all just specifically unique. And look, if through austerity and I don't know what the other word is, but, like, if you can, like, force yourself to change, and if that actually works for you, if you can be honest with yourself, if that actually works for you, then I shouldn't be the person to, you know, make you think otherwise. But if you have this sense of, I'm really not changing and this is kind of bullshit, then I don't know, I think accepting yourself for who you are and just acknowledging that you don't need to change is the solution. Because like, I know what makes me feel good. And I know, I think we all do, you know. And I kind of know what I want. And it's so easy to get pulled in all these different directions, but I think at the end of the day, we just need to I don't know where to go with that, but I think we need to just realize who we are, feel it, I don't really know where to go with that one, but yeah, like, we need to realize who we are, feel it, and then correct course accordingly, do what needs to be done, and stop putting so much stock in universal solutions, these ideas of self-improvement, drinking matcha and eating eggs, and meditating will not change you. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Thank you for this was so convoluted, and I feel like I need to wrap this up in a nice way. I don't know. Just do what needs to be done. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.